It's been a wonderful partnership with Lowe's to be able to take 3 tonne and divert it away from landfill, let alone the emissions that we've avoided in doing that, and then to be able to make something wonderful at the end of life for a product is incredible. Having Lowe's, which is the largest supplier of schoolwear in the nation, as a partner gives us great momentum to be able to manufacture items over a long period of time, and we have enough volume to reform them into end products. So that has been an amazing partnership. But also more importantly, it's the fact that Lowe's has a conscience about where that apparel is ending up. It's significant when a client can work with us together jointly to pioneer new solutions. I really love the products that we've been able to make with all of the contribution that Lowe's given us. Because we've got such a large amount, 3 tonne, we've been able to make terrific items. One of my favourites is the stool that is actually a flat pack stool, so it comes apart, can be put back together, beautiful art-like finishing on it, and the kids can sit on it. It's just kid size. The other one that I really love is the pod. So the pod will go out to schools. It's made out of uniforms, and they put their uniforms in there and actually see an example of what those uniforms will become. And of course what we've got is a fabulous set of tiles and tabletops that will get out to the schools and the companies that have contributed. Having Lowe's, which is the largest supplier of schoolwear in the nation, as a partner gives us great momentum to be able to manufacture items over a long period of time, and we have enough volume to reform them into end products. So that has been an amazing partnership. But also more importantly, it's the fact that Lowe's has a conscience about where that apparel is ending up. It's significant when a client can work with us together jointly to pioneer new solutions. Seeing is believing, and what's really important for the students is when we take those uniforms back to them in the form of a hard tile, which we've been able to make out of their uniforms, they actually understand that there's a different way to dispose of their uniforms and they get excited. That's very important for schools to have examples that are real examples, because there's a lot of stuff out there at the moment that actually greenwashes and the kids get confused. So the average Australian probably purchases about 27 kilos annually. 23 kilos of that actually gets discarded annually. So you can imagine, when we think of schools, what our pilot showed was that about 20 to 30 kilos a term per school goes into the bin. We help create a sustainable environment in everything we do, but it's important with textiles because it's like the new plastics. A lot of people haven't thought about textiles previously, but the emissions are quite large. When you think about cotton and polyester, polyester sits in the ground for up to 100 years. Cotton rots and creates emissions. So being responsible about how we dispose of school uniforms gives us the opportunity to divert it and avoid those emissions. Acoustic is a new composite material which is plastic and fabric blended together to form a hard desk-like material. We actually take the fabric, process it down into the fine fibre and blend it with plastic. Fabtech's amazing because it'll replace wood and MDF that's generally imported. like the perfect partners, Lowe's and Warner. We both have social hearts, and what's become important and evident to us is that there's often things that are written off stock that's quite new, might not be logoed. So we're looking at potentially with Lowe's how we can rehome some of those items during disasters responsibly, so that we work with the charities to get it out to the people that can use them. And then I think also workwear. Workwear's huge. I don't think people realise, but you'll start to walk down the street and everybody's in high-vis or in a polo with a name on it. So I'd love to extend that relationship into workwear with Lowe's as well.